Hi boys, today we are going to see in this section chapter 12 of our history lesson, and this chapter is about rise of Nazism in Germany. We are basically looking at the years from 1933 to 1939 where Hitler was ruling. But the chapter begins with the Weimar Republic. As you know, what had happened in Germany after the First World War was all decided at the Treaty of Versailles or Treaty of Paris or Paris Peace Conference in 1919. Germany was humiliated. Its economic region, especially Ruhr region, RHUR, that region which was industrially far advanced and was also a mining town, was taken away from Germany and was given to or was administered by France. And in the Rhineland, that region also was demilitarized. There were so many restrictions, and on account of that, German economy suffered. German political life also suffered. Many felt politically, emotionally humiliated. So the seeds for Second World War were already sown in the Treaty of Versailles. The victors, so to say, in the First World War imposed on Germany a republic which is called as Weimar Republic. They destroyed the German Empire. King Wilhelm or William II was exiled, and in that place a parliamentary system or representative system of government was established. It was called Weimar Republic because of the place it was situated. The Reichstag or German parliament was at that place after the destruction of the First World War. But their parliamentary system was on ethnic representations. Because it was an ethnic representations or representatives could be chosen for their parliament based on small groups, they never had a majority in the government. And not having majority did not provide them with a stable government. Germany was imposed 6.6 billion pounds of war indemnity or fine for the losses they had committed or they had been the cause for the Allies. Of course, in the years to come, from 1929 onwards, there was Great Depression in America, which had its own effect on Germany. But thanks to USA, through Young Plan and Dawes Plan, the loan and the fine was renegotiated, and Germany had some reprieve or some relaxation in paying the debt in the years to come. But even internally, the situation was not so good. There was unemployment. People were not happy. They could not find the things or means for their survival. and political life itself was not stable. The government itself was not stable. There was bickering, and government could not provide what people wanted. In this situation, Hitler emerges as leader. Hitler was the leader of the party which we call as Nazi Party. But the full form of it is Nationalist Socialist Workers' Party or National Socialist Workers' Party. And this party in German, in short form, is called as Nazi Party, and it came out with its own agenda, which was rather extreme. Hitler was a positive leader, and that's what appealed to the people. He, in spite of the troubles, the challenges that were there, he presented himself as the solution for the German people who would have honor and who would also be economically prosperous under his leadership. That was the picture presented by Adolf Hitler. As you remember, Adolf Hitler was a soldier in the First World War, and he had fought in the trenches. He knows what war was like, and he did not like the humiliation of Germany. He hated Germany being humiliated in the Treaty of Versailles. And this anger, so to say, made him emerge as the leader in the years to come. He managed, through representation, to be appointed to the German parliament, and by 1933 to become the dictator. And thereby, after becoming the dictator, slowly he sidelined the democratic system of government. He became the Führer. He became the president or the sole authority in Germany. But once he became the sole authority, he tried to eliminate all his enemies, suppress all those who opposed him, suppressed all those who did not agree with him. He had a great agenda for German prosperity. But after becoming Führer or German Chancellor, he imposed also censorship on the media. He suppressed trade unions. He had also secret police, which is also called as Gestapo, and he imposed ban on political parties. He ended the federal system altogether. There was no president, no prime minister, no ministers. It was one person rule. He suppressed also the churches, the religion itself. But his important and most famous policy is that of anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is a policy imposed against the Jewish people, Jewish race. Why? Hitler wanted to show the reason for their economic problem, the reason for their humiliation in the First World War. And naturally, he indicated or showed towards the Jewish people, and he told that the Jewish people were the reason for their humiliation and for their loss in the war. He turned the anger of the Germans against the Jews. And he implemented policies whereby millions of Germans were sent to concentration camp and they were eliminated. It is called as the genocide, the first of the greatest genocide to happen. There were very many genocides all along our history, but this was at a larger scale and it was done in the most inhuman way. Positively speaking, Hitler tried also to make Germany a self-sufficient country. He tried to provide the people with jobs. He also made preparations for the Second World War. By the understanding of Treaty of Versailles, Germany was not supposed to have militarized itself or build up an army, but Hitler, violating that understanding, started building up the army. So, building up the army provided jobs and built up an arms industry for the benefit of the Germans themselves. He implemented benefits for workers, paid holidays, and so many other benefits. He tried to solve the German economic problem or unemployment problem. But those policies could not be sustained for a long time. To find the resources to be a nation that is to be counted in the world, Hitler thought one has to be aggressive. And that's where the fall of Hitler lies, in following an aggressive foreign policy. My dear boys, the notes, the points are given. Please go through the file carefully and you will find all the explanation there. And if you do not get enough information, if you have any doubts, you can always refer back to me.